So I went to an eBay event last Friday in Richmond, and it was one of the eBay seller meetups. And I just want to talk a little bit about it, what I took away from the event, if I would go again, how it compares to the other eBay events out there. So and people might not know this about me, I'm a little bit introverted, I've come to realise. So I think because I do YouTube and social media, I run the calls in the group, etc., etc. I think, and the podcast with Luke, of course, people I think assume that I'm quite the extroverted type. But I've got that personality, and I've realised this about myself in the last few years or so, that once I get to know people, I really open up and I really let my guard down, and I really am quite, I don't know, over talkative sometimes is the way people sometimes describe me. Like the sound of my own voice, all that stuff. But I'm actually quite an introverted type, which is part of the reason why I don't go to many events. And some people will see it as unsociable. Some people will see it as like a disregard to like eBay as a platform or any other platform. But the reason I don't go is because I really have to kind of motivate myself and get myself up to go. And I'm trying to change that about myself, and it's not an easy fix. But anyway, we went to the eBay event on Friday, and this event was run by Shell and Ulmer, who I do know, which made it a lot easier for me to kind of gain the courage to go and put myself in a room with a lot of random people who I've never met before, a lot of people I've never spoken to before. So yeah, I went to the event. It was in London. Well, I say London, it's Richmond, which is only about 25 minutes from home. So I drove to the event, parked up quite near, and this was at eBay's HQ. And yeah, it was really cool. I mean, the eBay offices in Richmond, you haven't been before, they're really smart. It's not how I probably pictured the offices to look. I didn't vlog or anything, so I can't show you any footage of what they did look like. But if you go over to Ulmer's Instagram, I think I've reposted it onto my stories, but if you go to Ulmer's Instagram, you'll be able to have a look, because she took some clips throughout the day. And so yeah, I arrived, I was there a little bit early. As always, I'm either super early or just on time. I hate being late, it's one of my pet peeves. So I arrived and helped the girls set up a little bit, really cool, had a good catch up with them before other people arrived. Grabbed a coffee, all the good stuff. So when you arrive at these events, it's very overwhelming because everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's kind of going into the unknown. But what I will say is Shell and Ulmer made everyone feel super relaxed and made everyone feel really welcome. Smiley faces, greeting people when they walked in, etc. But the event itself, and I will say this, was my favourite eBay event I've been to. I've been to 2 opens now. I've been to one of the other eBay events they do. But this was organised obviously by fellow eBay sellers who understand the platform, who understand the bads, the goods, everything that we have to go through as sellers. So it's not run by eBay reps who are there just to tell you the black and white information from eBay or tell you information that eBay has told them to share and tell us. But the good thing about the event, we had a group of sellers there, and there was a room full of maybe 12 to 15 sellers. And we also had the privilege of having 3 eBay reps attend as well. And they were there to do a bit of a talk, but kind of leave Shell and Ulmer to run the event how they wanted to run it, which felt really nice. But the eBay reps were different to how the other eBay reps have been before at the bigger events. And we're at the bridge now, but I'm going to tell you why afterwards. So where I feel the reps were slightly different, and there's probably reasons behind it that I'll talk about, they were very transparent and very open Now look, I'm not saying when I've spoke to other reps at other events, they haven't been, but a lot of the time it's the same old answer, like we'll look into that for you, or we can't really tell you that, or this is confidential. And I get it, there's some things that eBay can't tell us, you know. And did these reps get bombarded with things like lower the fees, no fees? From my perspective and what I heard, no, not really. But it was more a case of they wanted to find out for us as sellers where the pain points were. And that was really refreshing. And they'd done a speech at the start. I say a speech, they done a little talk at the start, which was quite cool. They shared lots of analytics, and they were very open to say, you guys can take pictures, you can film, but there is certain slides that we can't allow you to do that. We don't want you to film, we don't want you to take pictures, you can make notes. And that was fine. It was kind of like, if you're in the room, you know. If you're not in the room, you don't know. Which is okay, I'm cool with that. There was some interesting stuff, by the way, on them slides. Lots of analytics, lots of stuff about brands, etc., which was good. And the reps were very open with regards to things like, one of the things that came up for us in my little group, so I was with Di, I was with the luxury pickers and myself in a little like breakout group. So they had 3 breakout sessions, Shell, Ulmer and eBay reps. But when we spoke to the eBay reps, a thing that kept coming up for us was the amount of item specifics on eBay and the amount of non-relevant specifics on eBay. And the reps could not believe that things such as character still comes up for clothing. And I get it, some things for character's good. If you're selling like a Disney shirt with Aladdin on, it's brilliant. But if I'm selling a North Face puffer, what am I meant to put in that character box? And there's always been a stigma around, if you don't fill things in, eBay punishes you. We spoke a lot about that, but they were quite forthcoming in the sense of they understand and they agree. So when we spoke about the speed to list on Vinted and how as a non-professional seller, a lot of people are choosing Vinted over eBay because of the speed, because with eBay you feel like you need a bit of a master's to list. And they didn't disregard it, they didn't argue back, they agreed. In fact, one of the reps also spoke about how they use Vinted quite a lot of the time themselves to sell. So that was really refreshing, where they were listening and they kind of understand the problems. They went into a bit of details with regards to if they was to change it, how difficult that is to do in one go, and I get it. If they make a mass change tomorrow and remove unit type, unit quantity, character, loads of other stuff that we all look at and be like, that's pointless, we'd have to do lots of updates on our listings. And with the Vinted thing yesterday, Monday now, because it's coming out Wednesday, it's a nightmare, as we know. So it's kind of like, do we want them to create more problems? Anyway, you get the idea. But it was cool. Shell and Alma put on a lovely spread for us. I did take some sandwiches with me for the drive home as well. But yeah, all in all, I loved it. And as I said, the reason I don't go to events is not because I don't want to go, it's because of my own personal like introvert type and my anxiety when it comes to it. But I felt so comfortable the whole day and it was lovely. So yeah, the recommendation from me is just go. Just go to one of these smaller events. And I think that's what made it easier for us to talk and the reps themselves, because it's a smaller focused group, means you can have proper conversations, means you're listened to, means you're not overpowered. And hey, like with any group, there's always going to be people who are more extroverted, who want to speak more, but that's fine. But not once did I feel, and I hope none of the others felt, that they were ignored and they couldn't get anything in from their point of view. So yeah, this is a quick video really, as we drop off the parcels. Shout out to Shell, Ulmer, and also shout out to the 3 eBay reps. You all done an amazing job, but we've arrived at the drop-off shop, and I'll see you very soon.